In the previous lecture, we have seen how to write test cases of user model. Now, in this lecture, we'll see authentication of users, how to test the user authentication. Okay, so this is the user's post, and after that, the interesting stuff is what if the user is not authenticated. So we have passed the request.user is self.user. Self.user is the user objects create. Okay, so we have created the user over here, and what if the user is not authenticated? So we check the unauth user. So test underscore unauth user, so self, and just like the author user means authenticated user, we need to copy this, and instead of the self.user we'll use the Django's anonymous user. Anonymous user is the Django's default anonymous user. You can Google it out if you want the reference of it, but the anonymous user is just basically the unauthenticated user which is not authenticated and its identity is hidden. So for that we need to inherit it. So from django.contrib.auth.models. Okay, anonymous user. Okay, so anonymous user, so this is the unauthenticated user. So just go to the terminal and test. Okay, ran, fine. This is it. So this is basically the authenticated users test, so that the users which are authenticated and unauthenticated is perfectly fine. So this is how we can test our advanced users, so that the test can be perfectly ran and there is no mistakes. Fine. So if you have any doubt in this testing, let us know. Otherwise, keep going. And one interesting stuff is that in the next session we'll see the most interesting topic and interesting search. Interesting thing is the APIs. So just stay tuned, and if any doubt, let us know. Otherwise, keep going. We have seen authentication of users, how to test the user authentication.